is going on, everybody? It is YaBoyRocklee coming at you guys on the YaBoyRocklee show. We are here to talk about the excitingness, the greatness of House of the Dragon, episode 4. We're gonna jump right into it because I know that YouTube intro, y'all like squirrels. If I don't impress you, you guys are in and out. So let's jump into it. At the start of the episode, we have Rhaenyra being suited like she's Odysseus' wife. We get introduced to two opposite sides of the spectrum. We have somebody old enough to be Father Time himself, you know, trying to spit game to her. Right? She was hella condescending to him, but I'm not going to blame her. There's a lot of things that this girl does, and I know, guys, I'm just going to say this right off the jump. This show is depicted from a different time period. There's going to be all sorts of things that were normal back then, but I didn't live back then. So I'm going to judge it like my 2022 American self would want to judge it. So in any case, yeah, she was rude as heck, man. But yeah, they trying to put chains on baby girl, and she's just trying to live a free life. In any case, right after the old man, we get introduced to a young Blackwood. And holy smokes, this guy took me by surprise. He comes right off the jump. Princess, you know, he spits this thing. He says, yo, my whole generation, yo, we founded this stuff. I'm so-and-so, I'm X, Y, and Z. And what happens? He gets heckled by a god-dang Bracken. Now, that Bracken is one of the heroes of the story. Let's give that Bracken a hand clap. Make it clap. Hurricane. Because a hero is as only good as his villain, right? And if it wasn't for the Bracken boy, the Blackwood wouldn't have an opportunity to shine, right? Because he's getting heckled. I'm like, yo, that Bracken dude is, yo, that's funny, but you're kind of a dick, right? Blackwood, you look a little soft though. You have no business being here. And then when he draws a sword, and they're like, yo, sheath that sword, boy. Hell no, right through the gut. He couldn't get inside the princess's guts, so he got him inside a Bracken gut.
Ooh, my guts.
And you can see him in the back, like he was going to throw up, right? So it's really a nice contrast with his character. He is young, he is timid, but yo, he is about his honor, and his conviction is not to be questioned. You can see him like, yo, I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to put my family back to higher standings. And yo, you really gonna mess this up, huh? You're really gonna mess this up. Bow! And it wasn't even what I see like a sneak attack. I mean, like, that Bracken knew it was coming. Anyways, moving forward. So I just want to say, Lord Blackwood, you make me very proud of that 19%. Surprise!
Nigga, did I just catch you wanting to be shit?
Daemon is back, dragon in tow. Rhaenyra's like, oh, she is intrigued. As we keep moving forward throughout this episode, that's going to be one of the moments that we can't miss. All the eyes. Homegirl is looking like a dragon girl in heat. Now, I suspect that since episode 1, but I was watching her with Allison, and I was watching her with Cole, and I'm like, yo, this princess, I can't tell what her eyes are signaling, but that Damien, woo, that definitely was on the money. But I was really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that, you know, maybe she just adores her uncle. Damien stands before the king, and the tension is high. Otto's lurking like a snake. I love it. As Otto is moving, Damien is moving, and Otto is just moving around, really like a snake. The tension is broken as Damien basically submits to the king. You know, that's what all this was about. And with the submission, King brings him in and says, bro, and everything is good. We start partying, we start celebrating. It's around episode 3, guys, where I really started liking the king, and this episode further cements it. You can see, man, he's just one of the homies. He's been trying to be one of the homies for a couple episodes, and they keep bringing him stressful politics to talk about. But finally, with his brother back, and he's trying to put the past behind him. He's like, yo, forget all that. Even when his daughter trying to talk, wife trying to talk, hey, this is me and my brother's time. Y'all go do something else, right? He's a very relatable guy. Any case, Rhaenyra moves on, and she finally gets her time with Damien. They're talking out. They spit their language. Damien's looking at her. He's like, hey, you look a little mature. And I was like, mature? Huh. I don't see it.
Hold up.
She ain't grown yet. Y'all saying she grown, but I don't know. Anyways, she says an interesting line. And it was, as Damien is talking about his wife and her not having a child, well, between the dialogue, Rhaenyra says, "You haven't put a child in her." Damien instantly responds, "Yeah, her womb is so hostile that nothing would grow there, right?" Mark that. Mark that. You haven't put a child in her. He deflects it onto the woman, goes right over her head. Stop on the little kids! Now we are back to the very, very reason why I'm always in Rhaenyra's corner. Although her actions are often reckless and she just be saying some wild shit and frankly often doesn't consider people much. Which is a lot of reasons to not like her, right? But no, let me keep going. So, the king's adversaries or political opponents over here plotting to get married, right? And, it's disastrous. I see all the political ramifications of it. And then they start discussing, then we need to put together our own marriage pact. And who is the pressure on? Rhaenyra. So she got to get married to somebody that might be as old as Father Time, hypothetically, if that were to mean putting her father's kingdom or her kingdom in a better position. And I'm like, that is just lame. I gotta remind you of Classroom of the Elite, Season 2, Episode 11, right? Where the first line is, or the quote of the episode is, "A free man commands his own will." It's something of that nature, right? Remember that. A free man commands his own will. I probably said it wrong, but it sticks. Now, pressing forward, the rebel Targaryens, they say yeet to all that. Marriage pact, sneak away throughout the night just to have some fun, right? Now, pause. This is why I had trouble with Rhaenyra and the scene to come, right? Look at her! Look at her! That's someone's daughter. It's someone's daughter. Now, aren't all ladies somebody's daughter? But yeah. Now, I had to do an ID check. What the heck was going on here, right? And I was like, yeah. This girl is 22. But anyways, they were like, are you not used to, scenes like the Lannisters? This incest stuff is normal. I'm like, nah, the incest I can handle. I am from Florida. Right above us, we got Alabama. We are used to that. For me, personally, I don't like seeing Rhaenyra in those positions. Yeah, I meant that literally. So, Daemon is showing her the town. She's seeing some of the jokes, the remarks that people think about her, and they make their way over to the brothel. And things get hot and heavy with Rhaenyra and Daemon, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's one of these, right? You have one eye open and one eye closed. You don't want to see, but it's just, you don't want to miss it, but it's like, ah! Have we seen Daemon smash on screen during the exact same moment his brother is getting it on? And it was disgusting because, and that poor Allison, we haven't seen Daemon smash on screen. Episode 1, he was trying to smash, and he it looked like things was on his mind. Guys, I think Daemon's having a problem. I love this man, but I think Daemon is having a problem. It's very obvious that they're being spied on. And it's at this moment where you have to start wondering, is Daemon setting this up? We know that Daemon got spied on at the brothel area. That's how his brother got word of the remarks he said when his nephew died, a king for a day. He knows he's being spied on there, or he was spied on, and he takes Rhaenyra there, tries to, get her flustered, gets the deed. Yeah, he wasn't able to fully execute, but it's enough. It's enough for what's about to transpire next. Hook, line, sinker. Who do we have next? Otto Octavius Hightower. No, it's not Dr. Otto. It's just Otto. Otto Hightower. He's here with the news. My king. I am so troubled to deliver this news to you. Now, the thing about Otto, he does his job so well. Watch his face expressions. Look at his character. And the things you start noting more about Otto, I don't think he's a liar, which makes it really, really conflicting to watch him. So far, I think everything that he says is the truth. So far, there's nothing in the show that has shown me that when Otto says something that we get confirmation that it's false. But the king is still seeing through Otto. Are you so ambitious, Otto? Are you so ambitious to have your grandson on the throne that you would bring me this news? You spy on my daughter, and when you find it convenient, you take any little thing and bring it back. The king, I believe, sees it for what it is. But that's what makes Otto brilliant, right? Because even if Otto has bad intentions, Allison immediately goes to Rhaenyra and she's like, hey, what have you done? And yo, that had me feeling some type of way. Because Allison is in a weird role. Now, I do admit this episode seemed to show some type of redeeming relationship between them, but we have officially moved from that best friend zone to, you're the kind of the closest person to me, but you're also my stepmom. You be smashing my daddy? We're not the same anymore, you know? And she's really pressing Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra bold-faced lies to her. Bold-faced gaslights, and I was all for it. Not gonna lie, because I don't think she has to disclose that information. Her body, her business. Yeah, I love Rhaenyra. As she was getting pressed, what happened? Tell me. She turned around with all her energy. She started there. Nothing happened. But we do have to give Alicent the credit that she did give Rhaenyra a heads up, so to speak, giving Rhaenyra an opportunity to think, right? So that when we fast forward and she's confronted or confronts her father, she's already prepared with the accurate information. Otto's the one that told you. And then she applies the perfect leverage. You want me to get married, Daddy? You want me to get married to the person you want? Well, you got to get rid of that person. And Dad is already outraged, so obviously Daddy complies. And that's my thing, right? Allison, told this information, and now her father just lost her job. Is she gonna know that it was specifically Rhaenyra? I don't know, but this should put a damper on the relationship. Now, Allison by herself is not a threat, but Allison is packing a 2-year-old son candidate for the throne, right? So if she plays her cards right, she can make it more complicated for Rhaenyra to acquire the throne, unless Rhaenyra actually gets married and has kids. That can make things very complicated. So we've had the confrontation between the two brothers, right? We got the king is pressing Daemon. Like, how you sullied my daughter? How could you? You sullied her. He's like, I did. I understand that her wedding opportunities are greatly diminished, but I have a solution. On some joker shit. I have a solution. Marry me to your daughter. That's back to the earlier parts of the episode, knowing that Daemon gets spied on. How much of this did Daemon plan? How much of it? At the full max plan, he knew that Otto was following him. He knew that Otto would expose them. And then what? Did he want Otto out? Because you saw Otto was lurking like a snake, right? And it's just, is this a coincidence? Or is it very, very simple? He wanted Rhaenyra to appear sullied, which enhances his opportunity to wed her. I don't know, Daemon. That's why, he's such an open character. There's no way right now to put him in a box. Even how manly he is. He has a dragon. He's one of the best warriors that's on screen right now. And he possibly can't get it up. It won't go up. That doesn't match. You're so manly. But you can't get it up. I still have to keep my respect, because if I were to talk smack like that Blackwood boy, what would happen to me? I would never say nothing to Damien's face. Anyways, we can enter a pact, Damien. You do the slaying, I do the pumping. You say it's yours, and we all good to go, right? I got you. I'll be the donor. Damien brings up an interesting thing to the king. He says, when we were young, we was doing all this stuff. And the king was like, yeah, but we got cocks. We got cocks. That's why we're able to do it. She don't have one, so she can't. And the thing about this show in 2022, like that type of dialogue is nowhere acceptable anywhere else in media right now, other than Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. And it's like, I'm all for the progression, guys. I'm all for the progression, but to go back to people just saying stuff like it is, or hearing it just like it is, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Anyways, yo, thank you for making it to the end of this video, guys. If you have not subscribed, now's a good time. Let me know your honest feedback on my content. I'm active on Twitter. I'm active on Instagram. Follow the socials in below. I'm not going to take offense. You know, I like doing rant videos the most. You know, something that's a controversial take like She-Hulk. You know, I'll defend, or maybe not defend. But I did take this personal project, and I'm going to cover every episode of House of the Dragons so I can refine my ability to make talking points, work on my jokes, work on my editing skills, all that stuff, because I personally edit more and more of these type of videos. So any feedback is good. You know, I'm not going to be offended as long as you don't call me like a nigga. Stop doing videos, nigga. That might get me, especially if you add a hard ER. But I'll just divert and pretend I just rely on my 19%. And I'll just act like I'm not. Like I'm you know, like Wales, you know, I'm from Scotland, you know, I'll play up one of those attributes. But no, I appreciate you guys, man. So until next time, YaBoyRocklee, I'm out. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please go ahead and do so. The link is in the description of this video, and I actually tweet back. Much love, YaBoyRocklee.